inspired me to go over a million, about a decade ago. I didn't do it quite in the same time frame that he did, but you definitely planted the seed, man, when I watched you go from, 300, 400,000 to a million in a very, very short time frame. And so that just, made us think, hey, if you can do it, we can do it too. It just took us 10 years longer than what it took you. And so what I'm really impressed about is, because Mario has always run a big base shop. Mario and Franny have always had a big base shop, always have been the top recruiters in the company, always did a bunch of premium. And so look at these numbers right now, just about 700 base recruits year to date, and about 426,000 or so in premium year to date already. So no slouch there. Those are big numbers, right? And what's more impressive is 7.6 million in securities, top three right now in California. I think you're bouncing back and forth between number one and number three there. There's some other big guys in there, but 7.6 million in securities year to date. And this is an unlikely thing from a big recruiter. You don't see this often in the company where somebody's a massive recruiter and they're doing a big securities numbers. And the craziest thing about that is 5.2 million of that is personal, right? And so I've always been a big believer of leading from the front. I think you are too, Mario. And yep. What you want people to do, you need to emulate first. So first question I have for you is just talk about that mindset shift. That took you from doing big premium, big recruiting to now not ignoring that focus, but adding the securities in. So you're still building big, you're still recruiting, you're still doing all those things, but now you've added in the security side. So just talk about that mindset shift and where that kind of changed for you.
I started looking at the leaders bulletins, and I seen some giants that I looked up to and I still look up to, but they build their business the hardest way. And I didn't realize that. It's just life insurance, bonuses. And what I realized is in this business, it's all about building a big base shop, the environment. I grew up in that culture. But then I seen these guys, their premium kept on growing and their income kept on going down. I'm like, wait a minute. What's going on? And I got tired of seeing really good people in my organization get burned out. Really good people in our organization just they were done. And I was like, man, there's got to be a better way. And that's when I started looking at securities. I'm like, man, look at everyone that's doing securities. Their business is solid. If I'm going to give my all to something, I'm going to have a strong foundation. And I realized that life insurance is the most, and I'm not trying to be mean, we are doing a lot of life insurance. Our organization combined, we're crushing it. I'm a big fan of life insurance, but it's the most depressing product. If you think about it, hey, you're going to die. And we got really damn good at selling the most depressing product out there. And I mean, very good at it. Overcome objections, whatever we need to do. And man, it's very important. But life insurance is the most saddest product out there. Let's be honest with you. Let's put each other. And investments.
When you went over a million, sorry to cut you off. When you went over a million, do you remember what your split was?
Yeah, for sure. It was a million. It was 900,000. Was from life insurance, and 160,000 was from others, like securities. We did securities by accident. Hey, dude, I got this rollover. I'm like, all right, cool. We'll show you how to do it. That was not our focus. I would literally make $1,000 on an appointment. I'm like, man, I did good, and leave $50,000 on the table. What? Because I just did the life insurance next. I just serviced my client. And I didn't train my team the right way. I'll be honest with you. I feel guilty. That's why I got to lead from the front. I got to teach our guys this. We got to get fully licensed. We got to do the right thing for our people. I have the securities bug. I'm leading recruiting through securities. Guys, securities is sexy. Look, I have a lot of construction going on in my house, and I'm doing this. I'm remodeling my house, amazing. And that day we had 10 employees left over that are doing construction at the house, the last guys. And I said, look, I was talking to my business partner, and he's in the business with me. He's learning how to get his insurance. He got his insurance license, going to get his investment license. And he kept on hitting people with life insurance. I was like, bro, that's not sexy. That's not attractive. Watch. Let's ask all of these workers here, hey, do you guys want to know about life insurance, or you want to learn about investments? 10 out of 10 said investments. I'm like, dude, lead through investments. And by the way, then we show them how to protect the plan. And by the way, when you get a bigger commitment because you're showing them about the fin, you can properly protect them. Because now you get a real commitment. They see life insurance as another bill, another payment. Even though it's vital, it's super important, it's the foundation. But when you lead with life insurance, People are not attracted to that, Byron. And I'm like, dude, I'm recruiting the greatest people. I'm attracting the greatest people back into our business, re-engaging them, Mark. I'm like, dude, you gotta see. I build a great business. This company pays me really, really well. Okay, on life insurance, I make an average of 75 to $100,000 a week that the company pays me. Okay, and that's on life insurance. I'm a big fan of life insurance, but I really believe with investments, the company will be paying me $1 million a week. I mean it.
Yeah.
I believe that the greatest income has not been seen. And I'm telling you, right now we are on it. I'm getting our people fully licensed where we can do the first of all, the right thing for our clients, and second of all, right thing for us. That's why I'm so fired up. And Byron, let me tell you, it's all about leading from the front. I told our team to do it. So I'm like, what's the SNSD record at my level in California? The personal record was myself and my wife like years ago. I'm like, I'm breaking that record. We did 25 grand in personal premium. And then I looked up, what is the SNSD record in personal securities? We broke that record in February, and we broke it again in March? We broke it in February, and we broke it again in March. And we're leading from the front. We're not just saying, hey guys, I think this is a good idea. We're showing them. I'm showing the money that's involved. My assistant right now is going to bring my backpack. I'm doing fin numbers with everybody, and I'm showing them how it works. And I don't stop there. I'm like, Byron, you see what this plan, how I showed you? They're like, yes, it's amazing. What if I can show you how to build a residual income? What if I can show you, look what we get paid for doing this. And they're like, wow. So I'm bringing them on board. Like, I'm making them clients. I'm doing everything. I'm saying, you know what the beautiful part is? Byron, you get your license, I'll put your own account under you.
Yeah.
It's the simplest way to recruit people. And people are like, oh, this is not for me. With the shortfall, when you realize, like, dude, if I don't do this, I don't have a shot.
Right.
They have no choice but to join the team.
So talk maybe a little bit, because we got a lot of people on the call here that they're big securities producers already. That just is, they just naturally gravitate to that. They believe in it already. They do great at that already. Talk to them about how would they shift their business? What are some key things that they could do to shift their business to go from just securities production to now securities production and building and recruiting?
Just mentioning that. You know, it's so crazy. Big recruiters think securities people are like the most smartest people in the world, super intimidating. I can never do that. And you know, it's so crazy. People that do securities, that are mainly securities, they think, oh man, I just don't have that personality. I'm just not that person. I'm just not that recruiter. It's a bunch of it. It's the BS you tell yourself, your belief system. That's all it is. You know how to make money. You are the greatest recruiter. You're just not talking about it. This business is like dancing. Okay, this business is like dancing. Let me give you an example. If you go to a family gathering, there's always that couple that's just like, nah, I'm not gonna dance. It's not for me. I don't like it. I'm good. You enjoy yourself. It's not that they don't like it. It's that they don't know how.
Right.
Because if they know how to dance, they love it. It's not like that my securities people that are the most, you are so, oh, you have no idea how much value you have. And you're holding it to yourself by not sharing the greatest opportunity in the world. Like, everybody you come in contact with, you can change their life. Yeah. But you're scared because you don't know how. Because once you know how to recruit and what it takes and what are the words you got to use, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. As a matter of fact, if you watch these people that are good at dancing, they don't just dance by themselves. They're trying to get everyone involved. Like, come on, come on. That's how I am. That's how I am with securities. I'm like, come on. I know you're a recruiter. I know we know. Like, come on. Like, the securities thing is unbelievable. Let me teach you how these 1-2 steps on how to do the fin, how to pull money. Let me show you. You can do it. Watch me. I was just like you. And with my securities guys that know how to make money. If you just talk about this thing and you ask the right questions, and you inspire them, you have a little bit of enthusiasm. You don't show them, I'm way smarter than you. Just tell them, look, it's this easy. Common sense. They should be teaching this in school. What do you agree? If I didn't talk to you, if I didn't show you this, who would have showed you? Like nobody.
Yeah.
What about your brothers? What about your sisters? What about your family? What about your church? Don't you think they deserve a shot of financial freedom? They're like, yes, let's do this together. Let's make an impact. Let's make an impact in our community. Let's make an impact in our family. And we're going to make a huge income too, but impact because of you.
I love that. So when you started making this shift, because here you got a big hierarchy. So when you're turning that, it's different than like turning a 10-person base shop. You're turning a 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 person hierarchy. And so what were some of the conversations you had with some of your key leaders? Like, did they think you kind of lost it a little bit when you started saying, guys, we're going to start making this shift to securities? Or were they like, okay, we get where you're coming from? So what was the conversations that you had in getting them on board? And I think part of it was you leading from the front and showing them that you're doing it first.
Always leading from the front. It's always leading from the front. You cannot rally up your team if you're not leading from your front. Like, hey guys, let's start recruiting now. You got to lead from the front. Once they start seeing that, like, wow, and the results of it, they're going to be excited. I have people that have never did rollovers ever. Like our mindset was we get a securities license to get promoted to RVP. That was our culture. It's not to do securities.
Yeah.
I'm just being real with you. Like that's a license that we got to do to get to regional vice president. That's just what it is. And once in a while, you're going to bump into some money. It just happens. It was leading from the front, showing how much money. It was showing this. Look at this. Showing like, look, I sat down with this person. Recognize this, Byron?
Love it.
Dib their fin, right? I don't know why. Dib their fin. 400,000, making 7%. Show them I'm showing them this, right? And I'm saying, hey, by the way, on this 400,000, look at this at three. This is going into a buffer annuity on my contract. That pays me $12,000, one appointment. That guy was already my client. I made $1,000. I was leaving $12,000 on the appointment, and guess what? I was hurting this client because he was going to lose out on hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest because I just did his life insurance.
Right.
I'm hurting my client and I'm hurting myself. Here's one. Look at this. I show him. Look at this, dude. I know I'm gonna look very unorganized. Here's another one. This is their thing. Look at this. 6.6 million. You know what I showed here? This guy's been my client for 5 years. He has $1.5 million and is making 5%. I showed him, dude, where he wants it. I'm just sitting somewhere, and he has other investments. I showed my team, this appointment right here pays me $45,000. Oh, by the way, he's putting away $5,000 a month to reach his fin. Let's get the residuals on that also. Look at this. Here's another one. This person's been my client for years. Just went back to them. Look at this. Here's another one. All right, her fin's $29 million. She makes $1 million a year. So she wants $1 million. I see her fin's $29 million. Uncovered. She has $500,000. Zero, making zero at the bank. Oh man, that appointment, boom, pays me this much money. Yeah. That's great. I'm just leading from the front, showing examples. Look at this, guys. Look at this. It's everywhere. You know what I tell my team? We are money magnets. We are money magnets. I make them repeat. I'm like, what are you? Money magnets. Right? We're people magnets. It is everywhere. It is everywhere. If you put that in your mind, it is everywhere. We are people magnets. We are money magnets. Everywhere I go, just money flows my way. People need me. Everybody I come in contact with, their life's going to change. Either I make them a client or I'm going to change their life where they can help a lot of people do this. It's unbelievable. The greatest opportunity in the world. I had this greatest tool in my bag. I'm serious, and I never used it. I was still building a house. With a hammer when I had a nail gun back there. That I can build it 10 times faster and way more solid.
I love it. I got one more mindset question, and then I want to get into some of the how-tos and some of the things that you're doing. So, and we've all heard this. We ever listen to Larry Weidel and some of the big hitters? You know, Larry Weidel talks about recruiting 100% of the time. You're going to recruit You talk about it 99% of the time, it drops in half. You talk about it 98% of the time, it stops, right? We've all probably heard those stats before. So, so as a big recruiter, big builder, how do you focus on, keeping the main thing, which is building, right? Recruiting people, bringing them into the business while skilling them up. Because I think there's this like, stigma in Primerica. It's like, you can't be a trainer, a skiller. You can't be skilling people up and be recruiting people at the same time. It's like when you're skilling people up, you're just small. And when you're recruiting big numbers, that's all you're talking about. And the thing that was really interesting is we always talk about this in our hierarchy. And when I came to your office and the Friday was 100% product, I'm like, biggest recruiter in the company. And the whole day was focused on the securities side of the business, focused on product.
And it was never like that before. I'm just being honest with you. It was just more recognition, our guys talking, and it was a shift. It's like, you know what? We're going to really equip our people. We're going to really train our people. People are taking the time and the investment. We have people flying out from New York to California, from Atlanta, from Florida, from all everywhere. I'm like, do we want to make sure they get some meats and potatoes that they can take home and start applying? And it was an absolute game changer, dude. You went up there, and I want to thank you. I want to thank you because you went up there and you showed this is how you do a simple fin presentation. Yeah. And honestly, I seen it and I was like, all right, that's awesome. And I was even giving you crap like, bro, that's all you got, right? You know how we're friends, right? I'm like, he's like, bro, I got more, man. Just give me. I'm like, but it was enough because you got one of my guys really, really fired up. Tony Masood, he's like, coach, I mastered this thing already. You got to see it. But you know what's more exciting? I showed my daughter Zaina, Zuzu, my son. I showed Manal. I showed my team what they already know how to do it. And I'm like, really? I'm like, show me. He showed me. I'm like, bro, that is amazing. So he sparked up that belief level. I wish I could say I got it, just seen it. I did it. It was Tony Masood. Tony Masood got sparked up, got me fired up about it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go apply this thing. Let's go do it. And man, we started breaking records. It's amazing. So I'm excited about it. I've been talking about securities. I just didn't know how to pull the money, what questions to ask, what to do.
Like when you started initially, when you started talking about securities, did you think that like the recruiting, the premium side was going to fall? Were you worried about that initially?
A little bit, but not really, because you hear that, but I'm like, no, it's going to retain more people. Yeah. If people have a base coming in of $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, where are they going? Where are they going? They're not going to quit that. So we're gonna. This is gonna help more people become full time. He or she that has the most full timers wins. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. What product gives you residual income? What product gives you passive income? Securities. So the more we do this, game over. And you know what's going to motivate people more? Byron, I take you in the field and we do 10 packs. We do 10 securities transactions. We do 20 securities transactions. Dude, you are so darn motivated to get licensed because I tell you, every client we got, look, there's this form. You just get them to sign it. I did all the legwork. I did all the training. Guess what? You get all the residuals. It's a win-win situation. Byron, you so darn fired up because we create FOMO. Fear of missing out. There's no way I'm leaving all these accounts to Mario. I love Mario, but there's no way. That's my money. Those are my clients.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, I love that. So how do you balance between, like, on the training, keeping people focused on recruiting and building, and then skilling them at the same time? What are you doing to kind of integrate those two things?
I don't like. Let me give you an example. Every time, just an example. I do have them tunnel vision on whatever it is. So, for example, right now our recruiting's high and our premium's low. I'm just being real with you. Do you know what I need to do? This is how I do this. I'm really pushing every new recruit needs a PIN number. Every new recruit needs their own financial plan. It's simple, knock it out in 5 minutes. Every new recruit should have an investment. Every new recruit. Not every new recruit should have a life insurance policy. You know, that's where you get QBI problems, chargebacks, all that stuff. I'm into that stuff, right? Yeah. So Franny and I have been running a 100 by 100 base shop. We've done it more than anyone else in the history of Primerica. This month, we will have more premium enforced in our base shop than any base shop in the history of Primerica. So not only, so we run this thing, we're not just talking, like numbers don't lie. So what am I telling you? Like if it's recruiting's low, I say, hey guys, let's laser beam focus on recruiting. Here's some things that you need to do to focus on recruiting. If I have high recruiting and my premium's low, like right now my premium's low in my base, It's a fast start issue. So let's do a fast start. Let's do a group fast start. Let's put me in front of these guys. Let's do this, and let's do an incentive to really move the premium, right? And what naturally, because we're doing the fin appointment, the fin on every client, because they need this, we're going to get so many investments out of it. It's unbelievable. Investments is just automatically. We just lead. I'm leading big time with investments when I'm prospecting people. When I'm with my clients, it's such an easy way to pull money. And also, by the way, let's protect the plan. By the way, let's protect your family, life insurance. And you got a bigger commitment when you do it that way. So closing life insurance is actually much easier this way. And I'm excited, dude. I really am. And I know you're thinking, a lot of people are like, man, this guy's over the top. Did he just say $1 million a week? Yes, I see it. I see it like, my
I agree with you, man.
I not only do I see it, I see my friend Mark here. I see Robert on the panel up there. Maybe you guys can't see him. I see Wayne. I know it. There's a difference between believing and knowing. I know it. But before you know it, the people are going to be making $1 million a month. A big portion of that is going to be securities, if not a big.
And I don't know people on the pregame show, and that's one thing I was talking about. I said the big money in Primerica has not been made yet.
Yes, I heard that. That. I was driving through, and you're right. You're 100% right. And anyone that knows numbers, like, it's just math. It's just math. Like, it's just gonna happen.
That's right.
It's not like if we just keep on this path, and we haven't even seen the multiply effect, the compounding effect. We haven't really seen it yet. I'm telling you, it's going to be crazy. We heard some of these guys that are making their managed accounts right now, $40,000, $60,000 a month. That very soon is going to be a week. That very soon is going to be, I'm serious, it's going to be, I know it sounds crazy for somebody, but guys, that's the industry we're in. In our industry, people are already making that. We just have a lid. It's the law of the lid. We're thinking 8 million's the most. No, guys, there's going to be a time and place. You mark my words. Hopefully this is being recorded. I don't know, but I'm telling you, like, he called it. Wow, there's actually someone making $8 million a month in our company, $2 million a week. Yes, it's gonna happen. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen.
I remember Brad was saying one time. Brad was saying one time that Bo Adams said that the securities is going to be the future of the company. And Bo Adams was way ahead of his time because this was before anybody was doing securities in the company. And look at where we are today, right? And I love what you're talking about recruiting people to the security side, leading with the security side. Anytime I was ever on an appointment, you know, you'd have some people that, I don't want to talk about life insurance. I'm interested in investing, but I don't want to talk about life insurance. So we would still do the appointment, right? We'd go there, we'd close them on the securities, but they'd also get life insurance to protect the plan, just like you're talking about. But they didn't want to talk about it. But when they understood that the life insurance was there to support the plan while they were creating wealth, it made sense. But if you only led with life insurance, you would have lost that client. You wouldn't be able to close them.
That's 100% right.
So I love it, man. So let's talk a little bit about this. So you have a lot of clients, and maybe some people logging in here have clients that, like, I did their insurance, I feel bad, I didn't talk to them about the investments. It's been like 6 years. How do I go back and talk to them about the investments now? How do I go back in the door after I've ignored them for 5-6 years?
So for me, you got to cherry pick. Guys, just like if I'm going to recruit, and look, you want to give everyone a shot, absolutely. But if I'm going to recruit people in the business, I want to recruit some young studs in the business that are hungry on building, that are coachable. I'm going to be real with you. I'm not going to focus on, all right, who's 60 years old and above that I can go back to my clients to go help out. Most likely they don't want to, or they don't have the energy. Not saying all 60-year-olds. I know some 60-year-olds have more energy than me, but I'm just letting you know, 16, 70, that's not the target recruiting age, not unless they need to. And because guess what? They have an unbelievable market. Like, those people have the greatest credibility to build a business with. So I'm going to focus on 50 and above. Who are my clients that are 50 and above? I'm going to go to my CRM and just give them a quick call. And just give them like, hey, Joe, how you been? Look, Joe, we need to sit down. My goodness, I got to show you what's going on right now. Like, sure, that's it. I'm not trying to over the phone. Like, yes. and I sit down with them and I say, I'm going to show you, Joe, did I ever show you what your fin is? And they're like, what's that? And then I go,
Yeah.
oh man, we got to get together. We got to do whatever it is. And then I pique that interest. So I get that appointment. And once I'm there, I show them their fin number. I show them what they got to do. And that's when I feel like an idiot. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's been a client for this long and they had $100,000, $500,000, $1 million. I feel bad. I'm like, dude, how much more they could have had if I would have done I'm like, no looking in the past, moving forward,
Right.
where I'm going to be.
Going forward.
Because I beat myself up. Like, my
You didn't
goodness.
overcomplicate anything. You just kept it simple. You didn't overcomplicate anything. Hey, we got to get together.
That's it.
We overcomplicate this thing too damn much.
It's getting on the phone. My guy, Billy Garcia, said this is an ATM machine.
100%.
And it doesn't stop. It's an ATM machine. You can pick it up as many times as you want. Like, man, it's an ATM machine. It just keeps on printing money. The thing is, we're looking at the phone like, oh my God. Like, we're scared to death of it. This is your best friend. And if you suck at it, it's because you haven't done it enough. When you do something enough, you get really damn good. Let me give you an example. Driving. How many times, I remember this, Byron, I couldn't wait to drive until I got behind that steering wheel and my dad said, get on the freeway. And I'm like, what? He's like, get on the freeway. I'm like, oh, hell no. I was scared to death, man. And then a big truck pulled up next to me, a big diesel truck. I'm like, oh, I was freaking out. I was like slowing down, speeding up. I'm like, damn, that shit was scary. It scared the hell out of me. Now, let's be real. How many of you guys remember that? Let's like, oh, we're not super.
Yeah, sure.
We're scared to death. Now I see some of these ladies driving with their knees, doing their makeup, eating, drinking their coffee at the same time, and sending out a TikTok or Instagram. I'm like, what the hell? Because they've done it so many times.
That's right.
Same thing. Guys, we just like, oh, that's not for me. Stop that. It's not for you because you haven't done it enough. Anything you want bad enough, you can find a way, or you can find an excuse. How's that working out for you?
Yeah. So you've incorporated the FIN number on your presentation, I see. So that's super exciting to see that, because I think it's the greatest presentation in Primerica. I've never seen anything better than that. And sometimes people see it and they're like, that's too complicated. You can't duplicate it. So can you speak on that a little bit? Because
I can. Let me talk about that. So I literally sat down with one of my buddies. Actually, I just got to become friends with him. My brother-in-law that is like unbelievable uncle to my kids. He's a coach to he knows baseball. And Eddie Benrostro, he trains my boys in baseball. Freaking greatest uncle ever, man. Puts in so much time with my boys. I'm super indebted to that guy. And he wanted to recruit one of these guys. Like, hey, I think I almost got him. I'm like, bro, let me sit down with them. And literally in the baseball field where we're hanging out, I did a spend. Literally in 5 hours. You know what, dude? Record me. You know, on your iPhone, you can record the screen. I said, record your screen. Let me show you. Let me show you what we do. And I showed him how he can pull money by doing this. And I'm like, look, dude, at 2%, this is what you would get paid, plus the residual, just on a plan like yours. He got so fired up, he studied it. You know what he did, Byron? The next day, he did 3 FIN presentations by himself. One time, 5 minutes with me. The next day, did 3 of them. He already has, he's like, bro, I'm so fired up getting my license. I already have so many clients. It's the most duplicatable thing. It's sex. Imagine I showed him this, the importance of life insurance. He's going to the next day, telling me, hey, bro, you need life insurance. You're going to die. What's going to happen to you if you die? Like, that's perhaps depressing. Like, damn, this guy wants me to die. I'm just being real with you. It's depressing. We got so.
And then they cross the street to avoid talking to you.
Right? They're avoiding you like, shit, I don't want to talk to that guy. He wants me to die, man. I'm just being real with you. But if you talk about investments, dude, they're like, hey, man, when are we going to talk? They're following up with you. Hey, that's the beautiful part about it. And don't do it too cool. Like, man, I know when we know our guys, it's that childlike enthusiasm that you have the pot at the end of the rainbow. Like you have it. Like you're gonna change their life. That's what draws people. That's what draws people. It's crazy.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So before that, what were you doing for your presentation then? Were you just doing kind of a flip chart thing, something simple?
Yeah, something simple, just letting them know like why we're here. Thank you for letting me train Byron. By the way, like this is what we do. I was showing them the Rule 72, 30 decrease of responsibility, and I was showing them the importance of life insurance, and I would get a commitment, and I would say, hey, let's put $100 towards your life insurance, $100 towards your investment, and I would show them that. We do some
Yeah.
buy term invest in different. We do some packs.
Yeah.
But dude, I have clients that are putting $100 away that we went back to, and now they're putting $1,000 away a month
Yeah, love it.
because I didn't show them enough value, right? What's that saying? About price is only an issue in the absence of value. You bring enough value, all of a sudden they have $500 to put away, $1,000 to put away. And by the way, they were underinsured. We were just doing a policy next, policy next, policy next. Hopefully it sticks around, charge. But now you do the life insurance, you do investment, and you add so much value. These clients ain't going nowhere.
And here's the power of the fin. If you show them just, hey, you need, you start saving money. How much can you save? $200, right? You show them the fin number, and they need to save 1,000 to hit their goal. Pretty soon they find, well, I can actually do 800 right now. I can't do the full 1,000, but maybe I can do 800. You bring them up another level.
Absolutely. And you know what I do? Even in that shortfall, what are you going to do to make that $200 up? From a scale of 1 to 10, this is my question. From a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 10 is that it's very important that you're financially set at retirement. 1, it doesn't matter. Where are you? It doesn't matter, or it's very important. You know what they always say? Oh, it's very important. So if I can show you how to make up that shortfall of $500, $200, would you be open to that? You know what they always tell me? Yes. Let me show you how we get paid. And I recruit them. They're following up with me like, hey, how fast can I get my investment license? They're following up with me like, hey, what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? They're telling me that because they've seen so much value. They know I'm their only shot. You're their only shot. If you don't do, you're it. I feel like I'm Robin Hood up in this beast. I'm getting all the information from the wealthy and I'm bringing it back to the neighborhoods, right? And if I'm in the hood, I bring it back to the hood. I'm like, man, I'm changing people's lives, and those that want to get wealthy with me, they're gonna listen to me and they're gonna apply. And those that don't, stay broke. I don't care. There's so many people praying for you to talk to them about the greatest opportunity in the world, and it's not. Guys, the investment license, it's more powerful than a real estate license, a mortgage license, a life insurance license combined.
Yeah.
The most powerful license. We have that here in our hands. Let's utilize it.
And I think somebody was talking, maybe this was on a call a couple of weeks ago. Somebody was saying, if you're sitting down with a car salesman, ask them, you remember the sale you made 3 years ago? How much money are you still getting paid on that sale today?
They're not.
Nothing. Right? Think about us. If we only did life insurance, how much are we still making on that sale we did 3 years ago? Nothing. But if we added the securities in, how much are we still making?
Exactly.
Continually, forever.
You can apply that to anything. With real estate people, with mortgage people, you can apply that with anything and get them to like spark their interest and like, wow, you know what? I do need to do this. I have a guy that makes $1 million already a year. I'm just being honest with you, doing mortgages, even in this market in California. And I told him, I'm like, look, but it's all new business. What if I can show you how you can be making that, even if it's 1% a year from every mortgage you did? He's like, wow. I'm like, we need to talk. I'm like, we need to talk. I'm recruiting $1 million earners outside of because of the passive residual income. Like, oh, they're already set. Guys, there's not one business owner that has a brain. I'm just like, that would not be interested in making more passive income and no overhead. Our overhead is peanuts. I sat down with a financial advisor yesterday, and she was like, you know what the only problem is with Primerica is you guys have your reputation. How do you overcome that? And I said, you know what? People don't buy Primerica. I'm being honest with you. They buy me. And no disrespect, I don't even know what company you work for. And she was laughing. She's like, you're actually right. And I said, look, and she's like, you know what's so funny? I seen the stuff that you guys get hammered on, and it's because of the $99 and $25. She's like, you know what advisors pay? She's like, you know what I pay every month to be working at my firm? She's like, I pay my errors and emissions, I pay my CRM, I pay this, I pay thousands of dollars. And she's like, these people are complaining because they had to pay $25 a month. They have no idea what it takes to be a financial advisor.
You sign up for DocuSign, the regular DocuSign, that's like $20 a month. Adobe's like $20 a month.
That's what she was saying.
Yeah.
That's what she was saying. And she's like, this is crazy. She's like, so the complaints are not valid or not deep. She's like, do you really want to look into just some of these companies that she was with before? She's like, they have some serious cases. You guys have They're mad because they had to pay to get their life. They have no idea what a real business is. She's like, I did my research before I sat down with you, like deep research, and I was looking at all the complaints. And it was nothing. They were saying about you guys recruit people like every firm recruits people. She's like, every firm recruits people. Like I got recruited, and she's like, they think that's fair. They don't know corporate America. And she's like, they wait until if they actually work for a real firm where they have to pay everything out of pocket, they have no idea. I was laughing at some of the things that people were complaining about.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's not just surface level, like, oh, I seen it's a pyramid or sky. Oh, yeah, no. She's like, I went, why? And she's like,
Yeah.
This is silly. She's like, this is what you guys got against you. She's like, okay, I can look over the surface stuff. What do we got to do?
And you know what's funny? In my earlier days in the business, and this probably shifted, I probably really changed this like maybe 5 years ago. But I used to spend a little bit of time talking about Primerica and how big, nobody cares about that. I don't.
They don't.
And today, I don't even tell them who I work with.
Same here.
Maybe that's not compliance or whatever, but they just, who do I make the check out to?
Afterwards, of course, after like, hey, by the way, the life insurance goes through Primerica. This is what we're doing, depending what form. And you know what they do? Like, this is Primerica. Like, no one ever explained this to me. I want to do this. This is amazing. I said that was 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Like, if I knew it was this good, I would have done it. They never explained this to me. I'm telling you, I feel like I just got re-recruited into the business again. I've never been more excited than I am right now to build my business. Not when I first started, not when I was going over $1 million, right now. Because I know I'm going to change so many people's lives. With life insurance, don't get me wrong. I'm like, man, what if they die? I'm a deliverer. I'm a hero. And I've been a hero. Our company, our organization has delivered $130 million in death benefits.
That's incredible.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay? I'm proud of that. I'm proud that I protect people's lives, that their future is better because they sat down with one of our representatives. That makes me so darn proud. But that's a what if. Every one of these guys is one day going to be able to retire. They want to retire. Every one of them. So I'm changing so many people's lives, the ripple effect. I haven't even seen the compound effect. What's going to happen with investments. I'm so excited about it. I know our team, they're heroes that stuck it out through the darkest times. I taught them how to build their business the hardest way. With investments, game over. I can only see 3 years from now, 5 years from now, where our team's going to be. The compound effect. It's going to be unbelievable.
And you know what was crazy? When we presented the Fin at your office, I always knew it was a great presentation. But I kind of, over the years, our hierarchy, I'm doing this presentation, I'm doing that presentation. I just kind of like, whatever, guys, this is the best one, but everybody can kind of do what they want to do. Then when I showed it to your group and I saw how powerful they all thought it was, I'm like, you know what? Why am I tiptoeing around this? I come back, I'm like, guys, we're doing this presentation. This is what we're doing because it's the best one out there. I showed it to the top builder in the company. They thought it was great. They thought it was duplicatable. Why are we trying to do other things? I make $1 million a year off that, doing that.
That's crazy.
And teaching people to do that. And we got 180 licensed agents in our hierarchy.
That's unbelievable. And I'm so fired up. I've been so blessed and honored. I've never asked somebody to sell me their Primerica ever. I've been so blessed that people say, hey, can you purchase this? Blessed. I have 7 Primerica businesses. So between my 7 businesses, we have 8,000 agents. And I'm telling you, man, I'm just like pushing them like crazy right now. Yesterday, the whole training was how to get your securities license fast, what you need to do, the accountability. It's just unbelievable. I want to thank Mark Penny, man. He's helped me out a lot. I'm so grateful for you. He's like, hey, here's this resource. I was talking to this young lady that's in the financial arena, and it's so crazy. She built $100 million, Wayne, $100 million under management, and they're giving her crap because they want her to sell IUL policies. Like, I don't like those policies. They cut her pay because she does not want to rip off her clients. That's the industry. So if she doesn't do it, they're going to cut her pay, and eventually terminate her. She built 100 million in AUMs under managed accounts in 3 years, by the way. And they're giving her crap because she doesn't want to rip off her clients, selling them index universal life. Like, hey, you're not hitting your quotas. Isn't that crazy?
I'm going to stop just for 1 second. I know there's a ton of questions coming in, and a lot of them are centered around, can you show the fin? What's the fin? What we'll do, guys, is on another MPI, I'll jump. I know Cody's done this before. Cody Beckett, he did an incredible job. But I'm going to jump on here maybe on another MPI, and I'm going to show what Arlie taught us and what I've used. I got to give credit to Arlie, Doug, and Gord Jones for putting that all together years ago. I just copied from these guys. But I'll show that on another MPI, what I do for the FIN number. It's basically what Mario just showed you there. It's a conversation that you're having with clients when you're sitting with them, gathering all their information. You can literally sit with a client. You know how we used to have those old 20-page F&A input sheets? I don't know if anybody ever used them. I tried using it one time, and it took like 4 hours, and the client didn't want me back because it took so long. And then I figured out how to do the FIN number, and in 5 minutes, I get all the information that I need. Right? Remember those old F&A input sheets?
Yeah.
It take hours to fill that thing out.
Dude, I would lose the paper, I was screwed. I'm like, dang, right?
Yeah,
it was horrible.
But it's like,
yes.
When you do the FIN number, you get every piece of information that you need. So a question for you then, when you're doing this FIN number for people, I know some of it's existing clients you're coming back to, so they're already clients, there's already a relationship there. But let's say it's on a newer appointment and you're doing the FIN number. Are you closing insurance and investments on first appointment?
Every time.
Yeah. Okay.
Every single time. By the way, this was just a couple of my existing clients. The way I got them, just letting you know, like I'm bumping into people, meeting them, and I'm like, hey, let me ask you a question. Do you know your FIN number? And they're like, what? Like, what's that? They think it's, oh, my ATM, not like your FIN number. I'm like, it's the most important number you need to know. See, most people think retirement is an age. They're dead wrong. It's an amount. Once you hit that amount, that's where you're set. But how are you going to hit a target if you don't even know what the target is or how far, how close it is? I'll show you exactly what you need to do. Every single time, like, dude, we need to talk. Here's another line that I use. Just so you know, that people ask, because I dress sharp everywhere I go. Everywhere. I'm a people magnet. People prospect me.
Can you talk about how important that is? Because I think we have this culture in Primerica, which I totally disagree with, by the way. That's like shorts and t-shirt and like dressing down. I just think you're not setting yourself above it.
Only if I'm coming out of the gym or going to the gym is the only reason you'll see me that way. I'm always dressed sharp. Always dressed sharp. I go to baseball games dressing sharp. I'll wear my cap and I'm watching it, but I go professional. Dude, so many people probably, excuse me, what do you do? I'm all the time. Like, what do you do? And you know what I tell them? I teach people what the banks and the insurance companies don't want you to know.
And you know what was impressive, man? When I came to your office,
hold on 1 second, Byron. I want to teach them something, damn it. Hold on 1 second. All right, let me show you something, because this is how I do it. I pause on purpose and they lean in. I'm like, don't you think everyone needs to know this information? This is the stuff that banks, the wealthy will never teach you. They don't want you to know, because if you know this thing, you're free. Here's another thing. I teach people how to master money. Because if you don't master money, it will be your master. You will have to work for it and think about it for the rest of your life. You know this, man, I need you. Man, I need you. Where have you been all my life? I need you. It's crazy. I sit down with these people, and I show them their FIN. Oh, man, I'm behind. I only have 100 grand. I only have 500,000. Yeah, man, I'm kind of behind. I only have 1 million. I'm like, I would have never got those investments, ever. But it's the conversations we start and the confidence. Now they think they're doing me a favor. They think they're doing me a favor when we're doing an appointment. Just an example, when I'm training somebody, like, oh, while I'm doing this, now I'm the expert. Now they're like, I need you. Where have you been? I need you. I need help. I need direction. I literally had people crying in front of me saying, man, I have hope. Now I have direction. I was lost. You know what most people's plan is, Byron? Hopefully the government will take care of me. Hopefully my job will be enough. Hopefully Social Security will be enough. Hopefully is a plan for disaster. That's 95% of Americans have retired struggling. Or do you want to be the 5% that know exactly what they need to have, and they're set. You know what they always tell me? I want to be the 5%. Well, I'm going to teach you how to do that, or you can be financially free. Those are some of the lines that I use. I'm not gatekeeping anything. I'm letting you know. My team will tell you, like, that's exactly what I train, what I say, that I get them like they want to sit down with me, and I pique their interest, and I say with some enthusiasm that they're like, man, I can feel it. I can feel you're like, man, we need to sit down. Please, when's the earliest? I know you're very busy. Like, I know you're busy. Like, man, I'm very busy, but let me see if I can fit you in my schedule next week. Not even tomorrow. Like, I'm going to see, dude, I'm really busy.
Yeah.
But I'll do that. I like you. And they're like, oh, please, please.
I love it. I love it. This is great, man. This is gold. Hopefully you guys are taking a ton of notes here.
Dude,
Yeah.
Byron, sorry, before I cut you off, bro. I just
I
wanted to
don't think it was that important. I don't think it was that important, but I think it is important, but it wasn't that important because what you had was good stuff. But what I was going to point out is I've been in lots of Primerica offices, man, and I've been, around Canada, been, several offices throughout the U.S. And the one thing that really stood out to me is everybody in your office was fresh sharp. Everybody in your office was fresh sharp. Nobody was wearing t-shirts and jeans and all this kind of stuff. And I think, guys, if we're going to take this to the level that we want to take it to, I think that's got to go. Now, I know maybe that's not a popular opinion in Primerica. Maybe I'm stepping on some toes here, but you don't see the Merrill Lynch people wearing t-shirts and shorts and coming to their meetings like that. They're dressing sharp, right?
Absolutely.
And I know from those people, but at the same time, if we want to bring this to, we're at 112 billion in assets under management right now. We could be at $1 trillion in this company.
100%.
Why not?
100%. And it's, guys, think about this. If you're going to put your entire life savings, who are you going to put it with? Someone that just doesn't even care about their appearance? Don't even care about themselves? Or someone that's sharp as a tack? Like, man, I'm just telling you, for me, that's what I do. I'm just letting you know, like, that's just me. It's like, man, I build my business in shorts and L. Williams. I understand, guys. But in today's days, especially if you're younger, I'm being real, you got to dress the part. You are in a disadvantage. If you're young, you're in a huge disadvantage. You can turn that disadvantage and make it an advantage. The way you carry yourself, the way you prepare, the way you dress, and your confidence, that you're like, man, this person's amazing. That's what you got to do. So I took my disadvantage and turned it to advantage. Now, as I'm getting more mature in age, it's amazing. I can't even say older, dude, because I'm like on it, dude. I've never looked better. My energy's never been better. And I'm being real with you. Dude, let me tell you something. Like, dude, it's so much better. Like, people just trust me. It's crazy. You have an edge in this business. The older you get, the better you put yourself to, like, people just trust you more and more and more. It was crazy. I don't think I would be having the success that I have if I was 19 when I first started. I'm 39 now, and it's crazy. Like, I would not be having the same success as a 19-year-old. I'm so darn blessed, but you know what? As a 19-year-old, I was dressing sharp. I was dressing sharp. I was the best dressed. I was looking like, man, what's my edge? I was working on myself like you wouldn't believe. I wanted to have an edge. And that's what happened. So guys, you need to do that. You need to dress sharp. You got to make sure your hygiene's in place. I'm not smelling like, guys, make sure you have your perfume or your cologne, man, brushing your teeth. I know it sounds kind of silly. Why you shake your hands? I teach people how to shake hands, how to greet people. Look, environment is everything. In our office, you can tell someone's new because they're not dressed up. It's okay. We don't shame them. We tell them, we pull inside, hey man, like, dude, you're reminding me of me. I came in like this, but here's some things that I did. People started taking you serious. Your own family, why are you dressing like that? What's going on? Like, oh man, I'm building a business in the financial industry. Oh wow. Hey, as a matter of fact, let me show you something cool I just learned. Do you know your fin? Oh my goodness, game over. Just value. So you got to carry yourself that way. I teach about environment, man. I'm just telling you, like, you seen that, our environment? How was that, Byron? Was it just a regular office? We were sharp, we were professional, energy, environment. How did they treat you, Byron? How did you feel in my office?
Great, man. I got the greatest introduction I've ever got there. It was awesome.
And
smoke show and everything.
And so by the way, everything's trained. It's not by chance. We are technical. We are on that. Like, guys, we train our meetings. Like, this is how our meeting's gonna go. This is how we're gonna treat people. Byron, if I haven't seen you in a long time and you finally decided to come back, like, bro, where have you been, man? Dude, and make you feel like crap. Like, It's the opposite. Like, Byron, good to see you, man. I hug you like a lost friend. Like, dude, man, I'm so happy you're back. Even if you just came to pick up some paperwork, like, well, crap, I guess I'm back. Man, that felt good.
Yeah.
Right? It's just unbelievable. Like, those little things are everything. Everything. Guys, this is a new era. The greatest era in A.L. Williams, the greatest era in Primerica history, in financial service history. Guys, will you be a part of it? Will you be part of history? I'm just telling you, this is it. This is the greatest time ever to do this. And what we're doing with MPI, I'm just telling you right now, I was talking to this young lady. She's like, Mario, this is unheard of. Her name was Tanya. She's like, you guys get together and other advisors help each other? She's like, that doesn't happen in Merrill. That doesn't happen in my company right now. Doesn't happen in Smith and Barton. Like, it doesn't happen. She's like, that is unbelievable. That right there gives you an edge on any financial company out there. That made me so damn proud to be part of this company. That's A.L. Williams to the core. That's the new generation of this company. And man, I know that the greatest giants have yet to be seen. That's the exciting part.
I love it. I agree. Hey, let's take these last just couple minutes. If any of our panelists want to jump in and ask a question for Mario. This has been gold, guys, today. Hopefully you guys are taking notes. Hopefully you replay this back to your teams. This has been incredible. So if anybody wants to jump in there and ask a question, guys, jump away.
I don't know if they can unmute themselves or they have to raise their hand.
I think the panelists all can.
Hey, Mario, Wayne. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Thank you, Wayne.
Hey, you guys tore it up there, Byron and Mario. Man, I tell you, I feel like I want to get my IBA out now. So let's sign up. Let's do it. No, mine's just a comment here. I love the chemistry and just the overall part of it because, I love my good friends in Primerica. I'm one of them, as far as, in the security side of the business, but it's just so unique to see the entire vision. And it even stretched my mind, $1 million a week. I mean, like, we gotta get going. And so I just wanted to comment that this was spot on today. You guys just tore it up. And I thank you.
Man, and Wayne, thank you for all of your help. You were here at our office when we had that managed account, dude, and you brought the house down, dude. You delivered, dude. Not only did you give so much value, but your energy towards your passion. I felt that I got so darn inspired. And I'm not managed account licensed yet, but dude, you inspired me. Like, I'm getting that thing out of the way, man. So thank you for your leadership and your friendship, man. I really appreciate you, brother.
Really.
Love it. Hey, Mark, if you want to jump in there for a second, I want to hear what are your thoughts on some of the stuff that we covered today?
Yeah, no, it's Mario and I were chatting on the licensing side of it, and I think that, I'd asked him. I said, "You got a successful business. Why now? What are you?" And his answer was, "I want to do the right thing." He goes, "I want to take care of my clients. I want to take care of my reps," and he goes, "I want to be proud of everything that I do." And it's kind of like, that's the way Mario's functioned. And it's just like, okay, I love it. And I think that Mario's going to open up so many eyes for those that are big on the investment side. Hey, look at, if he's willing to learn what we're doing because it's the right thing to do, what do we need to learn? What do we need to listen to Mario on? He's more than willing to teach us on how to build it. Like just the conversations he was having today about like, hey, look, I'm recruiting to the investment piece of it. We need to open our ears to that. Okay, it's like if he's willing to, how many people make the kind of income that he has, 8,000 agents, you'd say like, I'm done, I got it, we'll just run the play. He's like, no, let's reinvent it because I want to get to where we can do $1 million a week in income. Like the idea behind it, if we can all grab it and just say, look I got this and work together, I think the answer is working together, learning from each other. So I love it. Thank you, Mario. Thank you, Byron.
And Mark, I just want to thank you, dude. You had a huge impact on this. Like, I got so excited about the securities part of it, but I'm like, darn it, that license, man, like the time that it takes. And thanks to George Verdugo, he's like, Mario, you need to talk to Mark. And then, man, I'm so darn grateful that he connected. He's like, you need to talk to Mark. And then this gentleman said like, yo, you need to talk to Mark. I was like, my goodness, and changed everything for me. So I want to tell you, thank you so much, man. You took the time out of your day, coach me, mentor me, and dude, anything I can do to repay you back, like I'm here. Like I'm not joking. Like, guys, I'm here to serve. Like, I want to give back. I want to make sure we dominate this thing. I have an abundance mindset. I don't have a poverty mindset. Like, oh, well, if I teach them, like, no, there's enough for everybody. There's trillions and trillions of dollars out there. Guys, why wouldn't we help each other? Why wouldn't we dominate this thing? America needs us. Canada needs us like never before. There's never been a greater time to build your business. The giants envy us. The guys that build it back, they end like, man, I built it in the wrong time. I didn't have it this good. We are so blessed. What are you doing with this blessing? Are you sitting on your blessing, or are you going to go impact the world? I believe that I don't just believe, I know that the greatest giants have yet to be seen. And I'm seeing a lot of them on this screen. I see a lot of them in this training. I can't wait until I'm calling on one of you guys to run one of my fast start schools. I just see like, man, you know what, Mark, you called it. I'm making $1 million a month now. Thank you for that vision. Now I'm living that reality. I see it. I see it clear as day.
I love it. I love it, man. I think you're one of the most influential guys in the company. And I think now that you're making this shift towards securities, mark my words, I agree with exactly what you're saying. You give this 3 to 5 years to mature and materialize, and other people to come on board that are also big builders, we are going to see outstanding incomes. I don't think we're going to see. I don't think we've never seen anything like it.
Byron, I want to give a huge shout out to Jay Knott, man. He is unbelievable, and I don't know if he's watching, but the amount of leaders all around the company just going out of their way to help us out, it is just, I feel overwhelmed, blessed. I'm like, dude, I'm so grateful. Like, there's nothing like this, guys. Like, I'm already doing well. And they're like, dude, Mark, I want to help. Hey, by the way, let me help here. Unbelievable. Man, Scott, that you're stepping in today and doing what you do, like, wow, how blessed are you? Like, God's hand is in our team. I'm telling you right now, we're one team. This is what he loves, man. He loves teamwork. And man, we're about to do something unbelievable. What a blessing. I hope people got a lot out of it. And most importantly, go apply it. How do you pay us back? Applying it. Seeing massive results is how you pay us back.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, listen, bud, we're happy to have you on the team, man. You're going to make a big, big difference here. Hey, thanks to all the people who did their workshops today. Hope everybody enjoyed it. We'll see you next Thursday. Have a great week.
Thanks, everybody.